Good morning, students. Welcome to my class BA second year optional English semester 3rd paper number 4 partition literature. Today we are going to learn effects of partition. In our previous lecture, we also studied the historical and political background of 1947 partition and causes of partition, communalism, nationalism and imperialism. Today we are going to learn effect of partition. So module first, in our module first part second, effect of partition. The partition of the India split British India into two countries, India and Pakistan. In the 1947, it ended the British rule over the Indian subcontinent called the British Raj. The partition was caused in part by the two nations theory put forth by Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. Pakistan became a Muslim country and India remained a secular country. The main spokesperson for the partition of was Muhammad Ali Jinnah. He became the first Governor General of Pakistan. India became a democratic secular country with Rajgopalachari as its first Governor General. Who is this Rajgopalachari? As its first Governor General of India. Jawaharlal Nehru was the first Prime Minister. We are knows about our first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. Let's go. The partition had very horrifying effects on the lives of the people and on both the countries in general. In 1971, Pakistan was partitioned again into two countries, Pakistan and Bangladesh. Formerly, it was known as East Pakistan. The effect of this partition had a long-lasting effects on both the countries and they are still felt even after 72 years of our independence. The effect of partition can be classified and studied under following headings. The effect of partitions. First one is a displacement of the Hindus, the Muslims and the Sikhs. After partition, 10 to 15 million people had to move across the new Radcliffe line between the two newly formed countries. The population of the undivided India was 517 million. After the partition, there were 317 million people in India, 117 million people in West Pakistan, and 30 million people in East Pakistan. After the establishment of the Radcliffe line, about 14.5 million people were displaced. They crossed the borders and entered the other countries for the safety of their lives. The Hindus and the Sikhs came to India, whereas the Muslims went to Pakistan. About 600 displaced Muslims went to Pakistan, whereas 72 lakhs 95,817 displaced Hindus and Sikhs came to India and settled in Delhi, Bihar, Punjab, Gujarat and other part of India. They are called the refugees from Pakistan. Second one effect is outburst of violence and anarchy. Soon after the partition, there began the greatest migration in human history. Millions of Muslims went to Pakistan and millions of Hindus and Sikhs migrated to India. It is said that 10 to 15 million people migrated from their homelands to the aligned land. During their migration, there was the outburst of violence. There were unprecedented and unaccepted genocide on both the sides. Khushwant Singh says in Train to Pakistan, the fact is both sides killed, both shot and stabbed and separate and spared and clubbed, both tortured, both raped. It is estimated that over 1 million of people lost their lives in these attacks. Violence against women was an extensive issue. About 75,000 to 1 lakh women were kidnapped and raped. Later on, there was a campaign to repatriate the abducted women. Again, in this campaign, women suffered more than the men. Talking about this violence, Nisit Hazari says in Midnight Furies, gangs of killers set whole villages aflame, hacking to death men and children and the age while carrying off young women to be raped. Some British soldiers and journalists claim that the partisan's brutalities were worse. Pregnant women had their breasts cut off and babies were hacked out of their bellies, and infants were found literally roasted on spits. In Train to Pakistan, the magistrate Hukum Chand portrayed the horrific picture of the corpses sent to Monomazra. Chaman Nihal in Azadi record how a terrific violence burst out in Silkot. In the massive violence in Silkot, Mohalla Dharawal was looted and burned down. People ran away to the refugee camp with a few belongings on their heads and children on their shoulders. Then murder, arson, rape become the routine. Words for the people. The magistrate Hukum Chand in Train to Pakistan recalls how his orderly daughter Sundari was raped by a mob when on the way to Gujranwala. Her husband was stripped off and his penis was cut off. Similarly, incident had happened in other part of India. There are so horrific incident in that novel. Writer was depicted that time situation when the partition was. So let's go next. People were forced to get down the buses and trains and stripped off. Those who were circumcised were allowed to go. The penises of other non-Muslim people were cut off and women were raped publicly. Third one is the attacks on the converts. The migration of Muslims from India to Pakistan and that of the Hindus and Sikhs from Pakistan to India was not a smooth affair. Many times it was carried out in haste and without sufficient protection. Naturally, the convoys of refugees were attacked by the people of other communities. As the Indian and Pakistan leaders were busy in power game and the British government was disinterested in the whole affair, the convoys were attacked and massive violence was done to the refugees. When the Monomazra Muslims were to be sent to Pakistan, Hukum Chand, the sub-inspector and the military officer could make no arrangement for the protection of them from the planned attack on the train. They had no sufficient force with them. In Azadi, we read about the attack on the food convoys near Pulsar. Hundreds of refugees were killed in the attack, and a number of young girls were ab- abducted. There was second attack on the convoys on the way to Narwal, and the third massive attack was made on Narwal. In this attack, almost every family was hit in some manner. In all, 3,000 innocent people had lost their lives in the attack. The ghost train to Pakistan were also the outcome of such attacks. Fourth one effect is the crisis of identity. After the partition, there was a crisis of identity. The Muslims, the Hindus, and the Sikhs had lived in harmony with each other in British India. But when the British India was partitioned into Hindu India and Muslim Pakistan, the Muslims were forced to migrate to Pakistan, with which they had no connection at all. Similarly, the Hindus and the Sikhs were compelled to leave their birthplaces and shipped to India. They didn't understand where to go. They were unwilling to leave their places where they and their ancestors had lived for hundreds of years. They couldn't understand why the Muslims were called the Pakistanis and the Hindus and the Sikhs Indians. Their identity was decided not on the basis of geography, history, race, or social circumstances, but by their religion. This baffled them much, but no alternative was left for them except migration. We hear in Train to Pakistan Imam Baksh saying to his Sikh brothers, "What have we do with Pakistan? We were born here, so were our ancestors. We have lived amongst you as brothers." For the Mano Mazra Muslims, Pakistan was a foreign country, not their own. This was the case with all refugees whose nationality was defined only by their religion. Fifth one effect of the partition is the loss of property. After the partition, there was an outburst of massive violence and riots. Besides the massacre of about 1,000,000 people, there was a great loss of property. Muhallas and villages were set on fire. Immovable and movable property was burnt to ashes. In Azadi, Chaman Nehwal records how Mohalla Dharwal in Silkot was looted and burnt down. During the next week, each night, systematically, one Hindu mohalla in Silkot was burnt down. One afternoon, Lala Kashi Ram's shop was looted. People had to leave there because houses had run to the refugee camp for the safety of their lives. Their houses left behind looked like ruined monuments. For the Sikh farmers of Mano Mazra, their houses, bullock carts, and buffaloes were their property. Land and cattle were their property. When the Muslims from Mano Mazra were evacuated, they had to leave behind not only their houses but their cattle, bullock carts, charpies, pitchers, and such stuff also. They could take only that much luggage they could carry in their hands. What Imam Baksh and Nooran's property was a change of clothes, a quilt, a pillow, a couple of peaches, cooking all their luggages to the refugee camp. In such critical times, people like Mali and the refugees from the alien homeland looted their major property, cattle, and occupied their houses. Their lands were taken over by other people. There is a fifth effective of the partition, and sixth one is a suffering in the refugee camps. The people in the refugee camp had to live a miserable life. In Azadi Part 2, called Storm, Chaman Nehwal records the miserable life of the Hindu families in the refugee camp. In the cantonment, the families from Fort Street were allotted 4 smaller tents. A number of people had to live there in a crowded condition. Besides, there was always the shortage of basic amenities like food, water, health care, and even toilet facilities. Besides this major effect of the partition on the lives of people, the dehumanization of life, total collapse of values, indifference towards the refugees and their problems, the lack of maintaining law and order in those critical times, and recent dispute over Kashmir issues and terrorism are some of the effects on India as well as Pakistan. That is the effect of the partition, and there are some points we also study in this lecture: displacement of the Hindus, the Muslims and the Sikhs, outburst of violence and anarchy, attack on the converts, crisis of identity, loss of property, suffering in the refugee camp. That is the effect of the partition. Okay, so thank you, student. Today I give you exercise on this topic about the short notes in about 100 to 150 words on your 100 to 150 words also write. First one is a displacement after partition, and second one is a crisis of identity. Okay, so here is the exercise I gave you. So please student, all of you, that is complete it. Thank you.